Hey guys, Thomas the Silly Jr. here, aka Mustached, and welcome back to Smart Galaxy Albion. Last time we were trying to get the code for this. I went ahead and seen with my person had to say about it. I didn't necessarily get a hint in regard to like where the location of like I do think that's a little bit odd that the game doesn't provide a clear-cut answer. At least that one I could find. Anyway, here we are, back at it again. Okay, that's it. This is the hull which surrounds the reactor core. From here we should be able to get to the core. Massive metal door. Yeah, this place is big. Machine here, apparently for mining large amounts of ore. Oh look, a mining ore digger. There's probably no more room in the machine sections, and they are storing in there. Finally! So this is the reactor room. The fusion reactor is right behind there. It's worth taking a look at, otherwise we should probably be on the lookout for the console. This is the console I was talking about, Tom. If you cross your fingers, I could make an attempt to cut off Ned, the eye from the energy supply. Shall I try? Why not? Joe gets to work. Let's see, I'm no expert with these consoles, but this has to. Suddenly, Joe is interrupted by a voice on the loudspeaker. Tom Driscoll, Joe Bernard. Stop your activities on the control console immediately. Some security personnel are already on the way. I must take you both into custody. Do not resist. Security personnel are armed. Oh no, the AI. Ned, do you and Brant really think you can conceal the truth about this planet? Simply put, yes. The prerequisites are favorable and the chances are good. The existence of the company justifies taking some risk. What? You're telling us right to our faces that you consciously intend to destroy this world. Sorry about that. What's with Captain Brant? If he cannot show what happened on the flight, he will lose his license forever. That is right. Subsequently, Captain Brant will be subjected to an investigation, naturally. Then, naturally, DDT will be forced to fire him. He will have to spend his life as history's richest unemployed person. Unfortunately, I have to keep both of you locked up until my mission is over. Don't worry, we will provide all the conveniences you'll need. Sure, and the moon is made of green cheese, Joe. Yes? Let's go, quick. Tom and Joe storm out of the reactor room. They are looking for a lock in the infirmary area which leads outside. On the way through the service desk, Tom and Joe barely escape the security forces. They run quickly through the infirmary area to find the lock to the outside. Tom and Joe have almost reached the lock to the outside when they see the AI bodies blocking the way to freedom. Tom Driscoll, Joe Bernard, your resistance against ship rules and your apparent readiness to go against the interests of the firm unfortunately make drastic measures unavoidable. I'm sorry. The AI raises a weapon. Damaged by the fireball, the AI body staggers around helplessly. My god, what was that? How'd you do that? A little present that they gave me on the island on the Dishko Kantos. Any more questions? Dozens, but no more doubts about your story. Good. Okay, let's beat it. It'll be hard enough to get through the desert unnoticed. See you later, suckers! Tom and Joe succeed in avoiding the Toronto search party. Tom is heading to the cave which leads under the mountains to Amajo Kenta. They reach the destination at dawn. Hey, my party! What Tom only dared to hope has happened. The companions have waited for his return. Everyone embraces each other excitedly after the initial Joe of seeing each other again. Tom introduces Joe and roughly outlines what has happened. We were afraid of something like that, Tom. I've already had a discussion with the DG Kantos. Let's return to the island so we can decide what to do next. Hell yeah. Tom and his companions stormed in the meeting of Hal Kantos' house. The Enlightened Ones are quickly called together. Tom breathlessly reports the company's plans, which the II and Captain Brandt are about to carry out. The destruction of the planet is to continue. Our worst fears have been confirmed. Enemy Kenya has finally caught us. We should have guessed that we've been facing the same situation as our forefathers. And you are sure that there are dozens Romir, no matter how big the ship is, represent a threat to our entire world. You must understand, Burr, that this ship is capable of growing. The installation is expanding and more. If it is self-maintaining process, it will take a while, but the damage into Albion is immeasurable. Tom, you apparently anger about the behavior of your Homormi companions. Does that mean you are on that you are on our side? I've experienced a great deal on this world, Nemos, and my travels have brought me close to Albion and its inhabitants. Because of this, I would have certainly protested against continuing the project, but after how they have treated us on the Toronto, I'm ready to do anything. The ship's management is out for blood. What happened exactly? To make a long story short, Joe freed me. Then we tried to switch the II so we could tell the crew about this world. You have to know, honored Gigi Kantos, that not everyone on board on the Toronto is ready to sacrifice a life-filled world intentionally. In any case, we failed the AI has to our faces that the company's managers will do whatever is necessary, whether it is within the law or not. Apparently, it is a matter of life and death for the entire company. During our escape, we saw why the AI spoke so openly about the plans of the company. It was a trap. We escaped with our lives, only because of the little stone she gave us, Nemos. It's Avatar, but more lengthened out. I was counting on you, on the companion's dirty tricks, but I hadn't guessed that it would make such a direct, so overt attempt. Think about it. It was a foolproof plan. The accident death of the inspector, working with the irreplaceable comm unit, no way to communicate with Earth. By the time there was an investigation, the whole thing would be over. The government can't afford to send anyone out there. Now the question is, what do we do? You, Digi Kantos, have told us about Anime Bonya, the entity of this world. Didn't you say that she has a kind of consciousness, which she allowed the destruction of her world herself? Oh, naturally, Albion will try to defend herself. I had disturbing visions while I was waiting for you, Tom. The world, the entity, feels pain. Think about what happened to when we started mining the raw material, Tom. I only understood half of what is being said here, but the difficulties we faced at the start were not normal. Things got better after we threw more equipment at the problem. Anyway, Bonya is not all-powerful. She is not acting against some diggers armed with shovels, trying to profane her body. She is facing the embodiment of Amine Kenya, her antithesis. Her magic can do little against the principle of Amine Kenya, the aspect of that which our people fled long ago. Does that mean that we are helpless against the metal colossus? We must think. I'm happy that 3 Elromir, including a scholar, have come over to our side. Perhaps together we will find a way to conquer this threat. While Tom and Joe rest, the Enlightened Ones and Raynor told a lively, intense discussion. The next day, Tom and his companions faced the exhausted group's decision. We think we've found a promising solution. It will certainly be the most difficult magic operation we have ever undertaken, but it does give us a chance. Didn't you say that magic couldn't fight the Toronto? That was precisely our problem. However, with the Honorable Raynor Hosfeld's help, we have come up with a plan. We should not attack Amine Kanya, the technical principle. However, the Helromir, we should make it a part of the magic process, so we can turn the metal colossus into something different. Unfortunately, the plan has 1 or 2 glitches. What Raynor Hosfeld is trying to say is that we will create a magical artifact. Its power will be great, but not entirely predictable, and it has been applied to a large energy source in the middle ship. To be exact, the fusion reactor of the installation. Slowly, so the first glitch is that we need to return to the Toronto, and what do we have to take to the reactor? We will try to create something which we call the seed. It is an amalgamation of different magical principles. We have most of the knowledge for creating the seed at our disposal. However, we lack 2 key pieces of information. They are held by 2 different cultures that rarely associate with one another. The metal makers, or Amaju at the first, has been said we have to involve the Enemika principle in our work to affect the metal ship. The Amaju work of the frontier between America and Amanibonia, the entity. They deal both with technology and magic. From them, we need to learn how to influence metal with magic, and I'm afraid the Amaju may not want to share this knowledge with the outsiders. Understood. The second piece of information. There's also the matter of knowing how to harness large amounts of energy. Only the Kenjit Kamalus have this knowledge. The assassin cult. The Kenjint are trained in economic survival as well. We will try to make them an attractive offer. Our community is more wealthy than it appears. So Nemos, we must first get the missing knowledge, and then, as we say, jump into the lion's den. We will use a magically charged object at the Toronto's reactor, and if I have understood you correctly, no one knows exactly what that will do, am I right? In your direct way? Yes. That sums it up. You and your companions are battle-tested, and are in a position of the necessary knowledge. However, we would naturally understand if... Okay. We'll spare you any concern. I can hardly say no now. If the others are ready to take the risk, the enterprise can begin. No one backs out? Good, so let me summarize this. We're going to Amaju and try to get the knowledge concerning magical treatment of metal. Also, we are to stroll into the center of a murderous cult by the name of Kenjin Kamalus and make them an offer which hopefully they can't refuse. Then he will try to develop this magic seed so we can take it to the Toronto's reactor and just wait and see what happens next. Everyone nods in agreement. Then Joe speaks. Here's an idea. While you are risking your necks, old Joe will work as cameraman. I will record a documentary with the camera I have. With a little bit of luck, we can load the documentary into the onboard network when we break into Toronto. If we succeed in blocking AI access to the council for a couple of minutes, we can explain things about the planet and urge everyone to leave the ship. Sounds good. Make it so. Friends, there is no reason to delay any longer. Let's go and get the 2 pieces of information we need. The Daji Kantos hand over 15,000 gold. On them, the meeting breaks up. Tom and his companions are ready to go and head for the cave of the goddess. Everyone is fully restored. Or, a lot restored. Let's go ahead and save it, since that was a lot of talking in my bed. Alright, everyone is geared up in their respective ways. Yep. Combat positions, yeah, I figured as much. There we go. Companions step out of the light and into another cave. I'm speechless, what an experience. Tom and the companions enter the lights. They are filled with a wonderful floating feeling. After falling into a dreamlike state, the companions feel the presence of a consciousness which seems to exist in all places around the entire planet simultaneously. Different paths lead through the light. Alright, so we needed to go to the Amaju. And the Daji Kantos Island of Peace, right? Ay. Oh, that's the stone. And then you just use the... Right. In case you need to go back. How did we get in here? There we go. But now that we can go anywhere, fast travel has been unlocked, folks. I'm trying to remember the place that had, our little warrior friend on the right there. Wait, what? It's not the red thing? Eh. Okay, now I'm confused. That can't be good. How am I supposed to get to the other place? Uh-oh.